Hello students, I hope you all are fine and taking good care of yourself. In today's session we are going to take chapter 14, that is reproduction in animals of class 8 science. Students, we have learned in our previous classes that the life processes like digestion, respiration, excretion and circulation are essential for the survival of living organism. And we have also learned about the process of reproduction in plants in class 7th. We have learned that all living organisms live for a certain period of time and then die. This reduces the number of individuals of a population. The reduced number is restored by the addition of new individuals through reproduction. So, the reproduction or the production of new individuals from their parents is known as reproduction. In fact, reproduction is one of the most important characteristic of living organism. It is essential for the survival of a species on this earth. And in this chapter, we shall learn how reproduction takes place in animals. So, reproduction is essential for the continuation of species, addition of species, replacement of dead organism and transfer of variation from one generation to another. Here are the names of some young ones of different animals. For example, the young one of human is known as a baby. The young one of cat is known as kitten. Dog's young one is known as puppy. Butterfly young one is known as caterpillar. The young one of cow is known as calf. The young one of frog is known as tadpole. And the young one of horse is known as colt, which is male, and filly is female. And the young one of hen is known as chick. All living organisms produce their young ones by the process of reproduction. And there are two modes of reproduction. The first one is asexual reproduction and the other one is sexual reproduction. So, asexual reproduction is the production of new animals from a single parent without the involvement of gametes is called asexual reproduction. Because no fusion of gametes like male and female gamete does not take place or does not involve in asexual reproduction, so no zygote are formed in a sexual reproduction. Amoeba, hydra, yeast, etc. they are the organisms that reproduced asexually. And asexual reproduction can take place by the following processes: binary fission, multiple fission and bud formation. So first of all we will discuss the binary fission. Binary, as the name indicates, it is usually observed in unicellular organism. Unicellular organism that have only single cell and all the activities or all the processes of life is they are controlled by a single cell like amoeba, and it is common in organism like bacteria and amoeba. Both are unicellular organism. In this process, a parent cell divides into two daughter cells and each cell thus formed grow to form an individual or adult fully grown amoeba. That second one is multiple fission. This is the multiple fission in Plasmodium, a malarial parasite. It is the repeated division of parent cell into a number of small individuals. For example, Plasmodium, which is a malarial parasite, and the parent cell undergo repeated division and they form a number of copies of their cell. The next one is budding. The formation of a new individual from a small protuberance, which is also known as a bud or an outgrowth arising on the parent body, and it is known as, this is bud and this process is known as budding. This is bud on hydra. It generally takes place in hydra and in yeast. Yeast is we know that we have learned about the yeast in our class 7th. It is a unicellular fungus. Most of the fungus, they are generally multicellular, but yeast is the only example that is unicellular fungus. And the offspring remain attached to the parents during its growth. It separates at an appropriate time to live as an independent organism. Sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is the production of a new individual or new animals from the existing two parents by the fusion of their gametes is called sexual reproduction. And in sexual reproduction, animals, the fusion of male and female gamete leads to the formation of zygote. That means there is fertilization of male and female gamete. Male gamete is known as a sperm and female gamete is known as a ovum. And they fuse with each other, which is known as a fertilization, and it leads to the formation of zygote. So, in sexual reproduction, new individuals arise from existing animals through zygotes. Fish, frog, cow, dog, horse, human being, etc. produced by the sexual reproduction method. Fertilization. Students, we have just discussed there is a fusion of male and female gamete that leads to the formation of a zygote. So, fertilization is of two types: external fertilization and internal fertilization. External fertilization, as the name indicate, this type of fertilization, the fusion of male and female gamete take place outside the body of the female, as in case of fish, frog and starfish. And internal fertilization, the fusion of male and female gamete takes place inside the female's body. It takes place inside the female's body, and the examples are birds, mammals and reptiles. These are the animals in which fertilization takes place internally. In multicellular organism, the needed special cells, these are generally known as gamete. For example, male gamete is called the sperm that are produced by the male reproductive part, and the female gamete called the eggs or ova, they are produced by the female reproductive part. And in most cases, these two types of gametes are produced by two different individuals. But in some cases, like that of earthworm, in case of earthworm, the same individual, single earthworm, it produces both type of gametes. It produces male gamete as well as it produces female gamete. And such type of organisms are called hermaphrodites. And the example is earthworm. And when the two types of gamete, that is sperm and ovum, unite, they form a single cell called the fertilized egg, which is known as the zygote. And zygote is the beginning of the formation or of a new individual. This is the formation of zygote when the sperm, which is a male gamete. These are sperms. These are the male gamete produced by the males, and this is an ovum which is produced by the females. These are female gamete, and their fusion is called fertilization. And after fertilization, zygote is formed. This is zygote. Fusion of the nuclei is there, and a single celled structure called fertilized egg or zygote is formed after fertilization. Students, we have generally seen different types of reproductive patterns in different animals, and different animals have been classified into three types on the basis of the site of their fertilization, whether it is internal or whether it is external, and the development. So, the first one is external fertilization and external development. We have just discussed that the type of fertilization which takes place outside the female's body is known as external fertilization. So, whenever there is external fertilization, it means male and female, they lay their gametes outside the body, and the fertilization of the gametes takes place outside the body. Parent release sperms and eggs into the surrounding water where fertilization occur and zygote develop into offspring. And for this pattern to succeed, the male and female must shed their gametes in a large number. For example, if you see in case of frogs and fishes, they lay a number of eggs and number of sperms will be released by the parents. Frogs, fishes, they generally belong to these categories. All the fishes are not in all the fishes, external fertilization does not take place. There are some varieties that are also called mammals. For example, shark, dolphin, they are mammals. The second category is internal fertilization. Fertilization is internal and external development. Sperms are passed from the male into the female body, and the fertilization takes place within the female body. The zygote is formed after fertilization, is surrounded by some secretions, some fluids, along with some reserve food and a shell. And this help in the development and protection of the growing embryo. For example, if we see the hen's egg, it has an outer covering which is made up of calcium carbonate, and inside it there is a liquid, there is a secretion of the cell, and the development of the chick takes place after the egg has been laid. And the third category is internal fertilization and internal development. Means fertilization is internal, fusion of the male and female gamete is internal, and the development of the zygote to the young one is also takes place inside the body of the female. Human beings, elephant and cow and many other animals belong to this category. So in our next video we will discuss the reproductive systems, male reproductive system and female reproductive system. Watch the video and find out the answers of these assignment questions. Thank you.